It's day 71 of the Vera series, and I know I've been gone for a little bit, but I'm back on Procrastinator Day. And with the end of the month approaching, there's a few things that we need to make sure we take care of. Starting out, still no level increase, but for my prediction this time, I'm going to say either March 2nd or 3rd. Next, you want to go to your artificial island, and you want to go back to build, and you want to hit claim, because remember, you can only hold these resources for 24 hours. On top of that, don't forget to check your exchange store and buy all of the items because the month is ending. And of course, you want to make sure you clear your enemies for the day because they reset tomorrow. And if you can, try to do your fishing for the week so that way you can try to push your fishing rank up to level 10, because from what I hear, next patch we should be able to buy some rewards due to our fishing rank. Next, you want to do Mia's Kitchen, and you want to knock out your 4 bounties for the day, and I'm just going to go with the Sparrow. Then we got Vitality, starting with joint operations. So for today, we got access to Bracer's Chest, a Huma in a Samir Matrix, Shoulder's Helm, a Coco in a Shiro Matrix, Boots Belt in a Zero Matrix, and we can do Sadness Valley, the Endgame, Carnival Party, and Pursuit of Fate. So these are all pretty good dungeons, but for me, I'm going to wait till I'm 90 and I'm going to focus on weapon materials. Which brings us to Interstellar Exploration. And you want to check Vera as well as check Sparrow so that way you get all of your Stargates. And how you can tell if you have any level 3 Stargates is if this weapon battery category has a number 3, it's a level 3 Stargate, but if it has a number 2, it's a level 2 Stargate. But if you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you could always do Dimensional Trials. And if you need money, you could always do Space-Time Domains. But if you're pressed for time, you could always make Omnium Beacons. Then we have our optionals, and that's giving gifts to your 1.0 characters, and the best way to do that is to go to the black market and talk to Hopkins, see this island and do the claw machine, or knock out your 2 trainings for the day. But what is not optional is to do your 8 fun zones, and if you haven't cleared the Greyspace, do your 6 Greyspace Fishers. But your biggest rewards is in the Twilight Zone, but there is no rush to do this because you have an 8-hour time limit. And with the month ending Tuesday, you want to make sure you do your racing so that way you can get that 400 Mira. And don't forget to knock out your Security Force missions for the week so that way you can get those old Vera coins in Mira. And you want to check your missions tab and click on an item and click use so that way you can go to appointed research, because remember, you can only hold a grand total of 20 energy and you get 5 free energy a day. So you want to make sure that this does not cap. But if you enjoy these daily guys, I would greatly appreciate a like so that way this can spread more on YouTube. Which brings us to our events. So hopefully you've been logging in enough time so that way you got all of the red nucleus, as well as logging in enough time so that way you got all of your dark crystals and that free SSR selector box. And for the people that were considering getting the outfit, you have a little bit over an hour to go ahead and purchase this. And the best way to do that is with Tanium. And for those wondering how it looks on your character, this is how it looks. And today we can reach a grand total of 19,000 in the half anniversary event. And the events that I recommend that you do are either Fruit Barrage or Heavy Punch, because those are the fastest to get the points. And now we have the rerun of Claudia and Lyra. And if you didn't know, Claudia is going to the standard banner after her rerun is over. And I went ahead and made a video about how worth Claudia and Lyra are, so be sure to check that out. And now that we know that a character is going to be going into the standard pool after 2 reruns, maybe that means that we're going to be seeing Nemesis, Cobalt, and maybe even Frigg sooner rather than later. And for those that ended up pulling Umi, her weapon skin is coming out March 3rd, so look forward to that, and it should have rewards similar to the springtime outfit. Then we have our weekly tab. You want to make sure you do enough things down here so that we can get everything up top, which brings us to our challenges, starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So again, you mainly want to take a look at this weapon bonus, and if you have a good weapon bonus, then you might want to do this sneak to next level, and if your CS is high enough, you're going to be able to jump up 11 levels. But the biggest thing that is going to determine your rank is Sequential Phantasm. If you can get a high score here, you're most likely going to get the top reward for the week. But as you see, it looks like it's going to be a pretty tough week, but I still do plan on trying to make it to 500 today, because today is Procrastinator Day, so wish me luck guys. Next we have the Critical Abyss, which is optional content, but you can do it to get clusters. Frontier Clash, if you have any attempts, you may want to go ahead and knock them out because you could get a bat resist next week. Wormhole, you got 5 days to go ahead and complete this, and you might want to go ahead and do that so that we can get that extra energy crystal dust. Rage, you want to make sure you knock out the last 2 on Heroic, and you do Battle Test Area on Heroic so that way you get the best rewards for the week. Void Rift, you want to make sure you save at least 1 attempt because the month resets Wednesday. So ideally, you want to use your 3 Void Rift attempts on Wednesday so that way you can get a lot of Void energy so that way you can clear the next Void Abyss 6. And for those that have not cleared Void Abyss 6, you have until Tuesday to go ahead and complete this. So again, I recommend that you try to get at least Mechanical Core 2, you have a tank and a healer and some strong DPS, and you should be able to pass that 6th floor. And for those on Solaris, be sure to check out Kawasa's stream over at Twitch at Mawasa Gaming. because I'm pretty sure he's going to be doing some Void Abyss carries as long as you're on Solaris. Origin of War. Now you have until April 1st to clear this, so right now there is no rush. Break from Destiny. Again, we are reaching the end of the month, so you want to make sure you do this at least one time. Apex League. If you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in to make sure you get it. Then we got our daily buys, so you want to go to Shop, Pots, and then buy your 2 Vitality Solutions. And for me, I'm going to try to buy 2 every day because basically 1 Vitality Solution is equal to 1 piece of golden gear once we reach level 90. Also, if you can afford it, try to get your advancement modules and your booster modules for the week. Which brings us to the Commissary, starting with the Crystal Dust Store. So you want to make sure you buy your advancement modules, your booster modules, and your very special gift for the week. And when it comes to your potent Omnium Crystal, if you have an 8.5 suppressor, you might want to go ahead and buy that because in patch 2.4, most likely we're going to get some more suppressor levels. Space Time Store. You want to buy your booster modules, your advancement modules, and your data repeater for the week. Cruise Store. Now the only thing I recommend that you spend your points on are relics, and the relics that I recommend are Space Time Rift or Omnium Shield. And if you have both of those, you might want to go ahead and get a drone level 3, and if you have that, then I recommend getting Hologram Projector. Support Store. You want to buy your gold, your Space Time Crystal Fragments, and your Space Time Crystal Rust. And for your joint supply chips, if you have as many as I do, you could pass. But if you have some return support points, you want to try to buy your Space Time Crystal Fragments for the week. And if you need help on how to do that, I got a guide on my channel. Point Store. Now the only thing you want to spend your points on are spare special gifts, so that way you don't have to do training, black market, or see this item again. But if you need to level up your matrices or weapons, you could always buy a matrix data pack or weapon batteries. But besides that, I just recommend that you explore the map so that way you can get all of the resources. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If so, feel free to check out my Is Claudia or Lyra Worth It video. But other than that, talk with you guys later.